Welcome back to Traffic Masters Academy. In this section of the video marketing module, what I want to discuss is your video blueprint and your funnel. We'll pick each of these apart and talk about them in detail. The very first thing is the video blueprint. And what I mean here is when you're making a video, you truly have to have an understanding of why you're even doing this. There is a blueprint, a concept that should psychologically reside inside of your videos. The very first thing that I think you really need to focus on is the video length. Short videos, 2 to 10 minutes, and we'll talk about the fact that it's just not a sales pitch. Everybody that's doing video, every video they do, literally that's how people tend to market online that are brand new beginners that literally never make any money, constantly do sales pitches. This has to be a valuable short video. And why do I say short? Here's why. If you look at my video channel, a couple million views that I've had over several different channels, the average video length that someone is willing to watch all the way through, the average is 1 minute and 12 seconds. Now that does not mean create minute and 12-second videos, but there's a couple different concepts here. Keep it short so you can get this value from YouTube. Value from YouTube comes from YouTube recognizing that your videos are being watched at least 70 to 85% of the way through. If you have a 40-minute video that's just jam-packed of all kinds of points, no one's probably watching it, at least on average, all the way through. What that means is YouTube says, well, your videos must not be that valuable because no one's really watching them a high percentage of all the way through. So the shorter your video within reason, the more you're going to get people to watch them all the way through, if not almost all the way through. And that in and of itself will give you higher video rankings. But once again, it should not be a sales pitch. Out of 100 videos, I might do 1 or 2 sales pitch videos because I use those to pre-sell. I pre-sell my affiliate programs. But 99%, 98% of my videos are value driven. I'm there to help, I'm there to give. And that is essentially what I call the flypaper that brings them in, brings them closer to my brand, my website, gets them on my email list, gets them exposed to the things I'm doing and the offers that I want to expose them to. The next thing is being sure that your videos are info-packed, but keep this in mind. This is something I learned a few years ago that I've implemented in my videos and had much more success. The fact that I'm talking about one idea, one concept, one solution in my videos. I'm not trying to do these videos that have 50 different things I'm talking about. I'm not trying to teach everything about one particular topic in a video. I think that's a bad idea. Plus, you'll run into the fact that now you've got long videos and you're giving way too much away in one particular video and not drawing the person in, developing a relationship. Keep it to the one idea, one concept, one solution. If that's the case, and this is all together, one idea, one concept, one solution, make them info-packed, get in, get out. Edit out things. When you're doing, for example, screen capture training, you're capturing the screen and you're training and showing them something live, edit out the portions where you're filling in the, when you're logging into websites, when you're filling in the username and password and you're waiting for the video page to load. Think about your viewer. You've got to be very concise. So keep it info-packed. That's really a big key to having the proper video and video blueprint. The other thing is be consistent when using YouTube. This may seem, oh, well, that's obvious. No, listen to me. When I say be consistent, YouTube is paying attention to how much you log in and out of your account. You probably ought to do that daily, right? People start doing YouTube and then they're doing 50 other different things and they're not consistent with YouTube. If I was you, my best advice is to upload a video at least every day, every other day, at least a couple times a week, but you got to be consistent with it. And also, we'll talk about this later, but YouTube is a social website. It's a social media website. There are all sorts of other things than you just uploading videos. And we'll talk about those later, but that means you should be using YouTube quite extensively because the more active you are on YouTube, the more search rankings you're going to get, the more traffic you're going to get, the more success you're going to have from that. We'll go into detail into that a little bit later. Let's talk about the funnel. And what I mean is when you create a video, you have a very specific idea of what you want them to do. You want them to come over, in my case, come over to my website. So in terms of the funnel, the concept is this: take them from your YouTube video and drive them over to your website. And then of course your own funnel is things like getting them on your list, your email list, and sending them to the offers, or maybe in my particular case, I send them to what's called pre-sell videos. Before I'm going to send them to an offer, again, I'm continuing to try to build a relationship with them. I'm going to show them the offer and why they should get into it, what I use it for, how much money can be made, all of those things. So instead of just sending them to an offer, I typically send them to a pre-sale page, and that's part of my funnel. And I just want you to understand that. The very first thing I think is important, and remember, we're talking about getting started with this kind of stuff. And if you've been doing a little bit of it, you just need to go back up a couple sentences there where I say be consistent when using YouTube. But you definitely have to have a domain name. The reason is you've got to brand yourself. I talked about this in another video marketing module. You got to brand yourself in the video. You've got to show your web address. I constantly show followterry.com in my videos. So you need a .com and a .tv for tracking. Let's talk about this. I own followterry.com and I own followterry.tv. Now, as I have grown, because you can go over to YouTube and see that I've been doing both, but as I've grown on YouTube, I typically only provide a link, which is followterry.tv from my YouTube channel. The .com is not something I advertise on YouTube a whole lot moving forward, although I have not been very consistent with that. But the concept is I want to be able to track how much traffic I'm getting to my .tv web address, which really just forwards over to my .com site. It's literally the only thing I put up on YouTube. And it allows me to see tracking to see how much traffic I'm getting from YouTube. That's just something I suggest you do. If you're going to get a domain name, get a .com, get the .tv, and use the .tv as a link and as promotion once you're up on YouTube. Another thing is everybody gets caught up in having a WordPress website. So really what I suggest is getting Google Plus and having that be your initial site where you create and share content. And then you use YouTube to drive traffic over to your Google Plus profile and channel where your main content is, and also your main most wanted responses. And like I said, getting them on your list, getting them to watch your offers, getting them to look at pre-sale videos, whatever the case may be, but you have to funnel them towards the offer essentially. Now, I say Google Plus here, WordPress and or a landing page, because what you do, and I do all of these, I bring people from my YouTube channel over to my WordPress website. In the past, and quite consistently, I also bring them from YouTube over to a landing page. So before they ever get anything, which is what they're looking for, if I've properly created my YouTube videos, before they ever get anything or into my site or more of the content that they're looking for, they have to opt into my page. That's one way to do it, not the only way to do it. So it's pretty straightforward. That's it for this module. I will see you in the next video.